Start with this weather and the rain. You maybe went to bed last night like a lot of people and then heard the rain. Maybe throughout the night you heard some more and then you woke up and you saw some more. Well, what you may not know is western Minnesota got hit really hard, and unfortunately that's even caused quite a bit of flooding. This is kind of the Ortonville area, which is west central Minnesota, kind of by Morris. Viewer sending in these photos. This is Big Stone Lake near Ortonville, about 75 miles again west of the Willmar area. So we're also hearing reports of people near Ortonville who are actually stuck. They say they can't leave their property because of the water surrounding them. Just that flooding has kind of locked them in for now. And then we have this video. So Tim Meyering sent this in. Clara City. So this is just southwest of Willmar. I'm going to listen here for a second and see.
Like pretty much underwater.
There we go. Yeah, so you can see that entire portion of that street just flooded out.
Clara City, Minnesota.
Oh my goodness. So let's check in with our Keith Marler, find out how much rain we're talking about, and then Keith, when we might see some dry windows this weekend.
Amy, did you know it rained for the past 100 days? It feels like 3 days. Pishky stuff off and on. Of course, we saw some storms last night roll through the area. Had that 86 mile per hour wind rolled through Hutchinson last night. That's what led to that severe thunderstorm warning that ultimately rolled through the southwest metro, primarily because of the history of those wind gusts. They gave a little, hey, this storm has a history type of thing for parts of Hennepin and Carver County last night. Some hail, 1.5 inches in diameter, down in Austin, Minnesota as well. That moved on by, and then we did the biggie this morning, which was the rain that brought the soaking rain just exactly where we talked about, west of town. We still have some straggling showers and still out near Willmar. This is the pocket that we've been talking about with that heavy rain. Willmar is one of our biggest totals overall over the past 3 days. Willmar, going into this morning, was still pumping up nearly 3.5 inches of rain. Willmar now at 4 3/4 inches of rain. I'll show you some of those totals coming up. But all of our early morning rains have now just continued to push on off and turn into generic moderate rain showers across central Minnesota, northern Wisconsin. The heavy duty pockets of some just powerful cells of rainfall rates of 1.5, or even 2 inches per hour. Not that it rained that long for that long of a period, but big old punches of rain have now moved on out of the way. But it was what I drew over the past 3 days, that little corridor area that then lifted and pushed to the north. It was that zone right there. We even had our flash flood warning for parts of Big Stone County for 5 o'clock to about 9:15 this morning. That was out there and across northwestern Minnesota. Now all those rains continuing to push on out and become widespread and more generic, leaving us with just these popcorn showers that will re-erupt into the atmosphere. The past 2 days, we've done little guys that turned into more widespread rains. We've increased the frequency and the coverage of the rains from morning through the afternoon. Today, we're doing the opposite. We had big rains, biggest of the past 3 days in the morning, and now we're decreasing that. We're turning the faucet off, but it's not a shutdown. It's more of this slow dribbling, almost fizzling out slowly with occasional hey into the evening and overnight tonight, and even into tomorrow morning. We could still see a little active radar before it all kind of finally just comes to a halt at some point early tomorrow morning. So when it comes to those totals, it looks somewhat familiar because this is pretty much what I drew, this big, exciting area from the Twin Cities and areas to the west, where I'd say, I mentioned pretty much 1 to 3+ inches of rain. The plus really takes care of some of the 4s out there. In fact, 4+ers out near Willmar, but that's the zone where we have actually 2 to 4+ inches. That's the 4 3/4 at Willmar, and Willmar's not quite done. You might actually clear 5 by the time that cell rolls out of there. 2 to 4 inches continues to stretch out near Big Stone County. I-94, a lot of 1 to 2s, 1 to 2+ers around the Twin Cities. Some of these +ers are up and down between Lake Minnetonka, out near Annandale, up near the 94 corridor. Officially, the airport only 1.16 inches. As I'm talking to you now, we'll see how that kind of pans out. Most of the showers left over aren't doing much. And even though the rain showers continued through parts of northern Minnesota, you go up near Hinckley, North Branch, again, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. Not bad, but less than 1 inch overall. So again, I'll let you kind of absorb that. These are 3-day totals, by the way, that we got going on, but healthy amounts of rain. But again, those bullseyes really kind of take the cake and steal the thunder, so to speak, from even some of those more impressive totals. Some leftover drips are all that's left over. Temperatures in the 60s, not too shabby. And although the weekend is far from drying out, again, a couple of drips tomorrow morning and a couple of thunderstorm chances for the Father's Day proper, at least we've got this mess behind us overall. Amy?
All right, Keith, appreciate it.